And we're back. Oh, I didn't plug him in. Hello. Hello. Hey. Hey, Noah Clouds here. He's not on the rewatch gang this week, so we're glad that Noah Clouds here. We got David Zerm in the house. We got this pirate nerd mom. And we got bean burritos. Bean burrito. Do you like bean burrito? Who's talking? Got to get this guy in here. What about you? You guys like Mexican food?
I practically live for it.
What's your favorite?
I like a lot. I like the chili relleno. I just like normal homemade tortillas. I also like beans and rice.
Oh yeah, yep.
Yeah, I like those sautéed jalapenos. Yeah, I liked all of it.
I like this dish where there's you take chicken and it's kind of pounded flat, and then they bread it and deep fry it. It's like a chicken cutlet. Oh, it's so good.
I don't know if I've had that one.
That's Mexican?
There's a Mexican place around where I live, and we go there, and they have that. I don't want to slaughter the name by trying to pronounce it, but it has a Spanish name, so it is a dish that that they do make. It's traditional.
Por favor.
You know, I enjoy some Mexican food. I just can't get really big into it. I think it's a little too dense for me, a little too heavy. But David Zerm's asking a good question, and it's a prime place to say it. We finally made it back, guys. I want to give my appreciation to all of you. We've made over 500 subscribers, and we've had over 3,500 viewing hours. So YouTube has brought back super chats,
Woo!
Super thank yous, super it all. So if you guys want to contribute that way, no obligation as always, but we appreciate anybody doing that. And yeah, bringing it over here would be definitely better than the coffee place, because this way at least, if you have a question, we can stop all the crazy talk that whatever we're talking about, and we can address that, because we definitely want to address the people who are talking in the chats. And definitely if you contribute in any way, that's going to be priority. But I just want to let everybody know, appreciate it. You guys have stuck out the long haul, and you guys are still here, and we're still here. And so, again, we salute all you guys. So, yeah, we have memberships back if you guys want to become a member. And we have super chunks. So, appreciate that opportunity to say that plug, Mr. David Zerm. But this is also a good segue to say, what's on your guys' mind? What kind of things would you guys want to talk about today?
Well, there's some things in the chats that people put in.
Okay.
Bean Burrito said, "Everyone do the sea lion." I think he's talking about that rap. Yeah.
Oh right, yeah.
David Zerm says, "And we're back." And then he said, "Erica Kirk endorses JD for president for 2028." Drones.
She just got awarded. Erica Kirk just got awarded some sort of position in the Trump administration.
Yeah, I think it was like the Air Force Academy.
Yeah, liaison or something like that. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I thought you were going to say she got awarded like some kind of Emmy or actress award or something.
No, she got a government position. Yeah.
Just like Jake Paul.
Yeah, you guys will see about that this week.
Yeah, he'll probably run vice president for JD. What do you think?
I think, what's more interesting is that, if you really want to talk about who Trump really appreciates. And like outside of this week, he actually threw everybody under the bus. I think it was yesterday. He was like, "Look, I went to this war, and again, it's not a war, but I went to this war because I was advised by Peter, by Mark, by JD, by all of these guys, and it was presented to me if I didn't do something, there was going to be an intimate threat." So he just threw everybody under the bus. So it is what it is. At this point, I don't know. But he does seem to highlight his appreciation for Marco Rubio more than most. So if I was a betting man, I would bet he would go for endorsement with a Marco Rubio ticket more than JD. It just never seemed like he really liked JD. It's just a part of what the elites wanted. And like when you guys remember his campaign, it was almost like a last-minute decision to appoint him as the vice president candidate.
Yeah.
But then you never know. It could be Mark Rubio and Erica. Well, I was going to say Erica Badu. Erica, what's her name? Kirk.
Kirk,
yeah. And, that could be a ticket, right? Marco Rubio and Erica Kirk.
Yeah.
There you go.
And Jake Paul.
Well, yeah, that's Jake Paul's probably going to be like the advisor of the Faith Office or something.
It's possible.
Or the new Secretary of State.
So anybody who beats Mike, they deserve to be part of the presidential candidate.
Yeah, he's probably going to control the economy. He might actually be the new Fed chair. Create more crypto scams and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what time it is?
Yeah.
What's your watch say?
It says it's Gen Z time. So we need a good Gen Z like Jake Paul to take over America.
Yeah. Well,
Or is he a Gen Alpha? I don't remember.
Yeah, mine says time's up. It's time for the AI CEO.
It is time.
Yeah, that's right. Jake Paul is a friend of this show.
And a fraud.
We'll take his money. And his, $3 million Pokemon? Or whatever it is, whatever's going on with that.
Yeah.
If I created a cryptocurrency, I can't say that. Say I don't want to do anything. So never mind. No cryptos here.
Yeah, we're not going to tell you guys to go invest in Toilet Time crypto or the Matrix Network crypto. We're not going to tell you that.
No, we're not.
For the elder crypto, no, we won't.
Right. That one might actually exist for the Mormons.
Yeah. Anyways, it's good to be back. It's nice to be back.
Oh, David Zerm says drones missing from Fort Campbell. You guys know anything about that?
Maybe they're, you guys remember when all those drones were flying all over the place last year? Not last year, but last year over in New Jersey.
Yep.
And everybody was thinking it was aliens and blah, blah, blah. You ever wonder if all of this was preparatory for what's going to happen?
When real aliens come?
No, it had nothing to do with that. It was just preparatory for drone warfare.
Or surveillance state. I thought they were starting to test some kind of, proprietary software using drones to locate people, like identification.
Well, I assumed that already, utilizing your phone and whatever else. But I was thinking more like now.
Like drone wars.
Yeah. Like, you got like everything. Acclimation precedes propagation. You need to get used to drones. You get used to the idea that they're flying around. You need to feel comfortable so you don't feel afraid. And that's what they're doing. They're doing it now. Everybody's comfortable with it now. You hear about everybody. Iran's got drones and Israel's got drones.
But it is true. There is some satisfaction to owning a drone yourself. Like I got mine at Dollar Tree, and I'm confident it'll be able to defend my home.
Well, that's what's even more interesting. Now the FCC wants to regulate personal drone use.
But the UFC is not.
No. They're going to establish a arena fight at the president's home, not in Mar-a-Lago, but on 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue, and they're
The new ballroom.
Yeah, they're going to inaugurate the ballroom.
There you go.
With a DDT.
They're gonna have Cinderella come in there. I'm talking like what's that? The ballerina man.
Talking about slingers?
That guy, the boxer
Strikers.
guy. Russell Crowe.
Talking about Gladiator?
Yeah, but he made another movie, a boxing movie about ballerina dancing or something.
The only movie I could think of, there's a movie where it was like, Creator!
He didn't make... That's not the only movie he made.
Mm.
There's some boxing movie. I know the audience knows which one I'm talking about. It's a boxing movie called Cinderella Man or Ballerina Man or something like that.
Oh, Cinderella Man, I think.
Yeah.
Maybe.
What about Slender Man?
There's that too. Yeah, there's also Kinker Man. There's Sand Man.
Yeah, Yanker
Candy
Man.
Man.
Yeah, there's the Zipper Man.
Yeah. Fast Man, Quick Man,
Mm-hmm.
Minute Man.
Yep, the One Punch Man.
Yeah. One Pump Man.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of those guys. Brings you back to your roots.
Yeah.
Triangle Man.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Article Man.
Did you say Article Man?
Oh, Particle.
Oh,
Particle
I was like,
Man.
Yeah, that's why they wrote all those things on
They
parchment.
might be Giant Song.
Giant Tongue?
They might be Giants. Is a musical group.
Oh, I was like, wow, that's
That's a
cool. I've never
song
even
they
thought
have.
about that. It's like, can you imagine a big tongue? And it's walking around, it's like, who are you? I'm Giant Tongue. He's going to slap you with his tongue. It's going to be wet. It's going to be soggy. And he's going to wipe you down. It's Giant
man.
Tongue.
And
Can you
the
imagine the
sidekick,
battle between
Saliva.
One Punch Man and Giant Tongue? One Punch Man's going to punch it, and it's going to just get absorbed by all the saliva. It's just going to go. One Punch Man couldn't defeat Giant Tongue.
I think One Punch Man actually has episodes of him fighting these weird-looking creatures, so I wouldn't put it by him.
Yeah, they need to make that. I mean, they've made everything. I just haven't seen Giant Tongue yet.
They don't have One Kick Man.
Yeah, that's
I think
true.
you have to pay extra for that.
But for Giant Tongue,
One Slap
Giant
Man.
Tongue. Yeah.
Just slap it. Shout out to Nikki. Nike.
Yeah. Well, maybe they'll make it. Maybe they won't. But yeah.
They won't.
Jeremy.
I feel like there's something on your mind, Elder. Like there's some kind of data. I can feel these packets flying around in the ether.
Yeah, you don't want those packets to collide now, do you?
Are you guys colliding packets again?
Well, like you guys will hear about this week's episode. Every orifice needs a plug.
And every packet needs a collider.
It's true.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean you have to. Causation
I guess,
isn't correlation.
But
Second. I wanna make
nobody
sure we
wants
know
a-
this week's,
What's that?
sponsor. It's a Coke Zero. I just want go back to the soda sponsor again.
Oh, yeah,
Coke
of course.
Zero.
you don't want a bottleneck.
You don't want what's the other neck?
Good
You want
neck.
good neck,
Yeah.
You want
don't want bottlenecks.
Mm.
right?
Hmm.
Get some of that good neck.
Everything feels a little slow. You guys have to help us out today in the chats. At least I'm feeling slow. I'm just projecting.
Well, I can keep on reading.
It's been a long day.
It has. It's been a
Power
long
through.
time coming. David Zerm says false flag attacks on little hats.
Yeah, It is interesting. You know, there's been multiple. I don't know about the sources, but there's multiple reports that BB Nathan Yahui has been abrogated. One of his Mossad leaders, David, I can't remember his last name,
Zerm.
apparently also got abrogated. and they were at a meeting together, and a Iranian ballistic missile hit it and abrogated both of them. And that's been said by multiple people. I don't know if any of that is true or not. But that could be used as a false flag to give more emphasis on action. But I'm not sure if that – did you say David Zerm said that?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that's what you're implying towards, but maybe you can give us some more insight on these false flags towards the
little hats.
The Israel.
Little hats, big heads. Pirate Nerd Mom 2012 says, "Hey folks."
Hello, Pirate Nerd Mom.
Hey folks.
You know, that reminds me, the pirates. You know, one of the most prolific pirates in American history. You ever heard of that song, From the Hills of Montezuma to the Shores of Tripoli?
Yeah, isn't that the Marines, their song?
I'm not sure, but you know what's interesting is that
Can't say I ever heard of him.
Most people don't even know about Tripoli. And Tripoli is modern-day Libya. And in 97, I think, John Adams had to write the Treaty of Tripoli because these Muslim pirates were disrupting American cargo ship. But there's something very interesting in that Treaty of Tripoli that John Adams and Thomas Jefferson had to collaborate in writing. And that has, I think it's Article or Section 11. Because many people, a lot of Christian nationalists like to say America is a Christian nation. But in that section, I think it's Section 11, it says America is not a Christian nation. And the reason why he was trying to tell them, he calls them Mohammedans, is because he was trying to let these Muslim pirates know that if you agree with us and create this treaty, our ambition is not to fight some religious or faith-based war. We just want peace so we can have our cargo continue going without this craziness. But it's just an interesting explicit in that Treaty of Tripoli. There's a fun fact for you guys with the pirates and Pirate Nerd Mom.
What about Jack Sparrow?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know anything about sparrows. Unless you're talking about the birds.
But you have heard of him.
The fake birds. You're talking about storks.
Jack Sparrow and his black pearls.
Oh, you're talking about that Carolina
pirate.
Yeah, twirl it like a helicopter. North Carolina. Swing it like a helicopter.
I don't know what you're talking about.
No, I have no idea. But I don't get out that much, so.
Squirrely says, all I know is gas is too high.
The gas is too high.
That's something everybody knows.
Yeah. If you didn't believe the market is manipulated by futures markets, well, now you do. All it takes is a little word here from the bird.
I've always believed. Even when those naysayers back there told me not to believe, I always did. I did.
Who are these naysayers?
The sayers that say nay?
Yeah, the ones that tell me not to believe.
Are they always whispering in your ear, nay? Hey, nay.
Yay or nay. Let your nays be nays.
Do you have any yay-sayers?
Yeah, you guys.
Naysayers.
I mean, so the naysayers in the back and the yay-sayers are in the front?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I like that.
Along with the packet colliders.
Yeah.
Who do you listen to more? The ones in the back or the ones in the front?
I just listen to Bach. Like the symphony guy.
Composer?
Yeah.
What's your favorite composition?
Batch or whatever his name is. Do you guys like Batch?
What's your favorite composition?
49.
Wasn't that girl in the Dukes of Hazzard? Wasn't her Catherine Bach? What?
I got nothing.
Yeah, but I'm not sure that's how you pronounce it. I think it's Batch.
Like a fresh batch?
Yeah.
Like a fresh line.
Mm-hmm.
right off the fuel rail.
Mm-hmm.
That's good. You
Mhm.
like nitrous?
Yeah, I like Nas though.
The energy
Oh,
drink.
I want my. Oh, I thought you meant to make the car go faster.
Well, Nas too. I like that.
Mm.
Not the little Nas either. The normal size one.
Oh, you're into whippets.
Mm-mm.
Real good.
Mm-mm.
Mm.
Whip it.
Mm-mm.
Crack that whip.
Mm.
I'll let it whip.
Yeah, gas prices are high. And Trump is trying to do everything he can do to back down so that he can try to control the narrative. And so funny about Humuzilo.
Who what?
The
Hootie Woody?
the crickets of Humuzi. The crooked. The straight. I don't know what it's called. Humuzo?
The Straits of Hormuz. Humuz.
Humuz?
Hamas?
So you did
Humuz?
No.
You guys like Moe's Burger?
Crap.
I thought we were talking about Hamas.
Hormuz.
Hamas?
The Straits of Hormuz.
Isn't that
Hormuz.
Mexican? Isn't that what the Taco Bell dog says? La Mas?
Hamas.
La Mace? La Maze? La Maz? Isn't that what the Taco Bell says? Taco Bell. La
Sorry.
Ma.
I don't speak English.
Gonna need a bigger box.
Yeah. You like Moe's Burgers?
We
I
don't
like
have
batch.
most burgers.
I don't know. I've never had Moe's.
I was watching some guy milled fresh flour. Apparently, it comes from mill berries, but they look like little popcorn kernels. And he says you can't use regular yeast, but you got to use traditional yeast, and it sucks up the water really fast. And so I thought it was interesting. I wonder if
It is really interesting.
Yeah, because I was thinking, why can't I just use popcorn kernels and mill that down and make bread out of that and have popcorn flour?
It doesn't work that way.
Popcorn bread.
I mean, nobody's tried it.
It would explode.
What about corn tortillas and cornbread? People do make stuff out of corn.
Yeah, see, isn't that called masa?
Cornbread.
Isn't that corn flour?
I have no knowledge
Maize.
of what you're talking about.
Is it maize or?
I don't. Maize. M-A-I-S-E. Maize. Isn't that corn?
M-I,
Flour?
cricket letter I.
Yeah, jeez.
Man, I feel like we're just going into a train wreck.
Welcome to the Stream of Consciousness show.
Yeah. Well, we need to get
How
back
about
on
those
that rail.
chats?
Yeah, the chats. Yeah, let's run a train on them real quick. See if we can get back on this rail over here. David
Israel?
Zerm,
Yeah.
the not rail. David Zerm says, let's take the red pill and let's see how far the rabbit hole goes. Thank you, Morpheus.
Well, lead us down that rabbit hole, Mr. Zerm.
That rabbit hole must be plugged.
Probably is.
Yeah.
No, Cloud says, "Was up?"
Is a
We already read that, actually. Bean Burrito says, Jake Paul is a friend of the show. It's ridiculous people still trust the Paul brothers. Yeah, people like Paul Wall and Paul McCartney. Yeah.
Is there a guy called Paul Bart?
Yeah, Paul Blart, the mall cop.
Blart, yeah, Blart.
Oh, Paul. Pirate Nerd Mom says, good afternoon, folks. Anybody want to talk about what's going on with Firefly?
Firefly.
Yeah.
Does anybody have the scoop on that? Jamie, can you pull
One of
that up?
One of the best science fiction shows ever on TV.
Oh. It's on right now?
No, it was on about 15 years ago? I don't know, 20 years ago. And it's interesting because it was on Fox and it ran one season and they just cut it. and it didn't even run a full season. It was 13 episodes. But the thing is, like, everybody loved it. Like, it had this massive cult following, and ever since then, it still has this cult following. And recently on, I guess YouTube, there's been hints. The main character, the actor who plays the main character, has been going and visiting the homes of the other actors who are in it, saying it's time. And the fan base are wondering if they're going to, redo it, if they're going to, do another season after all these years. So that's kind of the big buzz in the nerd world right now. What's going to happen with Firefly? Are they coming back or what? So
Could you give us a shakedown on what Firefly is or was?
imagine, if you will, a space western.
Like
It's the
cowboys
best way of
versus
describing it.
pirates?
Yes, it's like cowboys.
Or-
They're spaceships and they're flying around in space. And this particular crew of this ship called it's the Firefly. It, no, I'm sorry, it's not. It's a Firefly class. It's the ship itself is called Serenity, but they're smugglers basically. They're just trying to get jobs to haul stuff to keep flying and stay in business. And it's just the adventures of them getting into one thing over another. And the characters are very eclectic. They're quirky. They're interesting. And it's well acted. The plots have been really good, and people were just like completely crushed it. It only lasted 13 episodes because it was a really, really good show.
Is
Yeah.
the idea that the government shut it down because they were starting to reveal things?
Probably, because the government always has to stick their nose into good things, right? We can't have nice things anymore because the government ruins it. So
Planned obsolescence.
Brown nosing.
yeah, well, that's the name of one of the groups in this show are called the Brown Coats. So there you go. It could be a
But those
connection
guys are
there.
on that other ship,
Yeah.
not the
Anyway.
Firefly ship.
Well,
the
one
only,
of them is.
only two things I can
captain.
even quasi think of, and again, we're waiting for Zerm to give some clarification. Adobe has a AI integration, kind of like AI video editing software called Firefly. And also there's a space company, Alpha 7 is their little jet, little rocket. It's called Firefly. They, I think, yesterday had a successful launch. But I don't know of anything controversial. Maybe Zerm can add some context to that. If that's what he's talking about. Now, again, outside of that, I don't know anything called Firefly.
Yeah, that's the only buzz that I know of surrounding Firefly right now. Because I kind of, being a nerd myself, I kind of have my finger on the pulse of nerddom.
Wait a minute. It was Pirate Nerd Mom was the one talking about Firefly.
Oh.
And she was saying that anybody wants to talk about what's going on with Firefly, and I think that's what Elder was saying, was that some guy, one of them is going around knocking on all the doors of all the Firefly actors and telling them it is time.
Well, sorry, Zerm. I thought it was you.
Although you
could
never
be.
know, maybe he knows something about it.
Well, Pirate Nerd Mom, if that's anything you're talking about, let me know. But yeah, there was this rocket company called Firefly. They did their novel launch yesterday, Alpha 7. But again, I don't know anything controversial. I mean, we could assume something controversial, but
You can always make up something controversial.
just solidifying more of the government's ambition for autonomous AI-powered rockets.
Pirate Nerd Mom says, technically, Fox killed Firefly, so if the government is running Fox, you could say that. Your mileage may vary. Also, you can't take the sky from me.
That was their tagline of the show. That's pretty
Okay.
good.
I was going to say, who
Yeah.
owns the sky? Monsanto's?
Yeah, Monsantos.
Well, you never know. the government, certainly.
Jeremy Hannaberry F2U says, send the link to go live. And then he said, what's up?
Would you like to show them our sponsor real quick?
The
No,
paper.
man. No. We need to show them the flavor. The
skyrocket.
The Firefly. Yeah.
And
If you need a good,
wood flavor,
yeah.
brilliant shine,
this
furniture
is the-
polish.
This is
So
the
there you
zero,
go.
man.
Go ahead and buy all those. Get some toilet paper, get some air blower, and get some flavor wood.
You know, literally, my wood has, after I polished my wood with this thing,
It's never been as shiny.
yeah, I could literally see my reflection in it.
Yeah.
I was like, wow.
That way they call
It
you
works.
Striker.
No, that's unrelated, but correlation.
Isn't causation. But there could be causal links.
Could be.
Did you know a mushroom is sending hundreds of people to the hospital?
A mushroom.
Is he like beating them up?
A mushroom is sending hundreds of people to the hospital. They're all sharing the same bizarre hallucination. But that's all I can tell you because it's behind a paywall. So,
Oh, jeez.
so that's all you get.
They're not going to tell us what kind of mushroom, so we can
They
see
can't
it for
unless you
ourselves.
pay.
Do they accept Apple Pay?
Yeah, but I ain't got none.
Do they accept Stroop Bucks?
Yeah, but I ain't got none.
Bucks, yeah. I don't have a slot. I don't have a slot to put the bucks in. This is the
That's
problem.
cool. I got you, blood.
Did you know Alexa is now getting a new adults-only personality, just like Grok? And it's going to be NSFW, not safe for work
Oh, my
content.
goodness. What is? What?
Wow.
I'm telling you, every day we get closer and closer to idiocracy.
Yeah, is this what they were
It's
coming
inevitable.
against? They were coming against Trump for that, right? Oh, not Trump.
Yeah, they were coming
Musk.
against Trump for that.
No, they were coming against Elon for that.
Mm-hmm. But it's Grok.
Yeah, because they were saying he was allowing his platform was being used for SA, and he was like, "Well, I can't do anything about that." It's like, you know, coming against Winchester because people are using their rifles to shoot people. It's like, well, what do you want me to do about that? You want me to just discontinue the rifle or make it safer for people who are my consumers? Like, it doesn't work that way.
Well, the people who are fighting against this, they should join together and create Minutemen 2.0 and rise up.
Like the Red Ranger.
Yeah, Minutemen.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So this article continues. Amazon's AI assistant Alexa Plus is getting a new personality. On Thursday, the company announced it's expanding its lineup of personality styles for users to choose, including a sassy option, which is for adults only. Notes, Amazon notes, before opting to use sassy personalities, users will require to go through additional security checks. I knew it. I was waiting. For the Alexa app, the personality style will also be not available for Amazon Kids. There's so much more I'm not going to read, but that's what I was waiting for. Hey, guys, how can we get you to just, because you know everything, it's reverse totalitarianism. We're going to force you to do it, but you're going to willingly accept the force. Like you want the plug in your orifice.
We're not going to own anything, and we're going to be happy.
Yeah, and you're going to willingly want that.
Yeah.
It's reverse totalitarianism. So it's like, hey, you want sassy mode? All you got to do is just, give us whatever we want. We already got all your data. We just want you to do more. We don't even need it, but we want you to know that you willingly will give it to us even though we already got it. So it's like we're pegging you, and then we want you to admit that we're pegging you.
We're actually asking for it.
Yeah. But then on the backside, you're like, but I'm free. Oh, are you freely saying you'd like to be pegged?
Yes.
And then he's like, no, of course not. Nobody's doing that to me. But I got this sassy mode.
We just don't feel it anymore because we're so used to it.
Yeah,
It's become first nature.
That's why there's a plug. Every corner's got a plug.
Shout out to Glade.
Because every
Plug it in.
Every hole, black hole, needs a plug.
Every orifice.
Everything needs to be plugged.
That's true.
Orifice
Anyways, I
building.
thought that was interesting. Again, I don't really know what is attractive about this. It's like you can, if you want NSFW content, there's a plethora of that. Why are you wanting Alexa to do that? I mean, maybe if I was a high school kid or some kind of kid doing pranks and stuff, maybe. But
There's lots of lonely people out there.
yeah, but I'm saying there's plenty of content out there. Maybe it's because you want a conversation.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what it is, I guess.
Well, they're trying to make it more conversational, so,
Hmm.
yeah.
No, it's very interesting. Reverse totalitarianism is in effect.
Theocracy.
Red Rover, send him right over.
Yeah.
Red Ranger.
Oh, yeah, that's what it was.
I sense that there's danger.
Oh, wow, that's really good. Goodforyou.com. I like that. Did you ever send Jeremiah?
Wow, what was that?
I think an alien just hit our roof.
Well, that
That's
was
a shame.
something really just landed.
Oh my goodness.
That was loud too.
I might have to go check on our green friends.
Yeah.
Are you guys gonna have to go open the hatch up and see what's going on up there?
No,
I might have to.
not really. Doesn't matter.
Well, just in
It
case
didn't
there's
come
little,
through, right?
yeah, sometimes little green aliens have a tendency to throw things on roofs and break things.
It's fine. Did you guys hear
sure they're
about the Trump and Epstein statue 2.0?
All I heard was thunder just now. I didn't hear about any of that.
Well, it's back. But this time, it's with the Titanic scene. If we can pull this up. There it is. Somebody has re-erected the Trump and Epstein statues again. But this time it's Titanic. And the love fest continues. So there it is.
King of the world.
Yeah. But, and I wish I could get this guy on the podcast and have him to come on here and talk about it.
Is that Jeffrey Dahmer?
No, it's Jeffrey Epstein. It says a gold cold statue inspired by the Titanic pose has appeared on the National Mall. But instead of portraying Jack supporting Rose from behind as she pretends to fly, it depicts President Trump and it says deceased, I don't know if he's really deceased, sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. A plaque on the statue reads, "The tragic love story between Jack and Rose was built on a luxurious travel, parties, and secret nude sketches. The monument honors the bond between Donald Trump and Jeffrey Epstein, a friendship seemingly built on luxurious travel, parties, and secret nude sketches." So there's that.
There's that.
Man, there's just all kinds of just strange things that are popping up, but we still don't really know why we're going to war.
Oh, we're still at war?
Well, I mean, we do know. It's because, Trump has to prevent, anything that the Mossad wants to release that could incriminate him. So, he's kind of having to bow his knee to Israel. But then again, that's probably every president. They're always doing Israel's work. But, what's new on that? That's just the same old, same old. Bean Burrito wants to know, are we lighting the ramen noodles on fire?
Kind of forgot about that.
Yeah. I haven't had much sleep. in the last 4 days. So honestly, I'll just be honest. I forgot all about that.
Yeah, and I ate all my ramen. I don't have any to burn.
Man, I feel like I'm slacking. I feel like I'm drifting. But I'm going to put a sticky... No, nothing sticky. I'm going to put an alarm on my phone. I'm going to remember to get that because it's a proprietary brand. Like, I'm going to get a couple brands so we can see how good it does. But I want the brand that was in that TikTok video so we can see if it works for us too. Because 18 minutes of straight fire, that's pretty good. I mean, we're talking ultimate fire starter logs.
That, or I might just buy those and throw those in the furnace.
Yeah, I mean, that can be a little expensive, though. I mean,
yeah, I
if
guess
we're
18
talking about
minutes.
I think it's the Nysen brand. I can't remember. If you're talking about the cheap Walmart version, yeah, if those things burn, what's that, like 10 cents, 15 cents?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's optimal.
I suspect the cheaper ones will probably burn longer, would be my guess.
Well, if that's the case, we've found a solution. It's like, man, if you want to talk about coal power, forget coal. We're going to just throw ramen in there.
Yep. And it'll smell good.
Well, I mean, you can make yourself a little turbine, and you can basically make yourself a little ramen power plant.
I'm seeing the future here, host. I'm seeing the future.
I mean, if it works, why not? I might do it. If it really works that long, I might do it. I might make a little turbine and see, and, hook it up to an old compressor tank and see if I can actually generate some electricity of it moving this turbine. And you got to think about gear ratios because we got to move a generator motor. I don't know, I might think about it, and if it really burns that long, I mean, that's just how electricity works. All electricity, nuclear, coal, it don't matter. All it is just basically the steam, and it's turning a turbine.
You could be like that guy who's making gasoline out of plastic.
Yeah. All I need is to make sure that fire keeps boiling water, and boiling water will produce the steam. And that compression will have enough force to turn the turbine, and you got yourself a ramen-powered electricity plant.
Telling you.
Yeah, I might do it if it works. If it can burn for 18 minutes straight. And I might videotape it. I might videotape the whole thing, like show you guys how I build it, show you guys what it took. Wow, you smell like food.
I don't know why. I don't know what you're talking about.
Wow, it's like really potent, like onion or something.
I don't know what you're talking about.
It's not food.
That's good.
Does it smell like corn?
No, it smells like some kind of...
like sweet corn.
No, it smells like some kind of dish. Microwave edition.
I was just dealing with non-human biologics.
Hopefully that's not what I'm smelling.
Wait, non-human biologics?
Yeah, they had a kind of an oniony smell, but probably can't.
Too much of that chili.
No, what I was talking about was Bean Burrito was asking, are we going to light those ramen noodles on fire? And then I forgot all about it again. But then I started contemplating, if it really works, like the cheap ones, 10-cent ones, why not just make a ramen-powered electricity plant, a small version? I could.
Well, I'm going to be honest. When I saw everybody in the comments section of our video on that short that you put the clip with the top ramen burning, everybody was saying duh, and nobody seemed very shocked. It didn't seem like anybody was interested in that.
I'll tell you what will be shocking is if I create this ramen powered electricity plant and it actually powers. I could store electricity. I can charge a battery. I can power. I could put an AC/DC converter, and I can actually power a light bulb or fan or something, and it's all powered by burning ramen.
Could it power my bunny, like Energizer?
Yeah, because I don't think a lot of people just realize the simplicity of electricity, how they generate it. Every form of electricity is just finding a way to move a turbine.
I know. When I came up,
Hey, man.
when I came up with that idea, making a gym, everybody laughed at me. And now look at me. Everybody's still laughing.
Yeah.
But you could actually make a real gym that it's all like a treadmill that it's almost like a hamster wheel generating electricity. The treadmill you're running, and that resistance is actually the power that and you can turn it up, and you could actually generate more power. The more weight somebody's pushing is the more power that the power itself would not just turn on the lights, it would actually power the city, and the electrical company would pay me.
Power data centers.
Yeah, sure, whatever it is. Like, I wouldn't be paying the electric company. The electric company would actually be paying me, colleague Schwarzenegger, for my electricity that I would provide.
Yeah, that reminds me of something I was reading this week. There was a group of researchers that wanted to see how ethical it was if they utilized hamsters for electricity. So what they did was they went out to the wild.
They were burning hamsters?
Well, they couldn't get hamsters. Hamsters are not there. But they put those hamster wheels out in the wild.
Well, they were still burning hamsters, just not for this experiment.
They're not out there in the wild. But they wanted to see if the squirrels would get on there. And what was interesting about it, we got our first super chat.
Oh, thanks,
my goodness.
Beanie.
Yeah, thank you, Bean Burritos.
Shall we see what?
Yeah,
do you want to finish your train of thought, or
no? That's fine. I'll finish after.
Yeah, it seemed really important. So
after you read the messages.
Bean Burrito says, "I'm thankful you're going live still. I couldn't find your channel for a while. This is a great show. Hope this helps for hosts Ramen Noodle Power Turbine. Also to help colleague achieve a yacht."
Oh yeah, the yacht.
Well, we need that yacht.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate that, Mr. Bean Burritos. And it is kind of I'm an intuitive person, and very inquisitive person, I guess is a better word. And it is very interesting to me. And again, this is all predicated on how long the ramen burns. If I can get the cheapest ramen available, and I'm gonna put an alarm on my phone. I'm not gonna forget next week. I'm gonna get 3 different ramen. You get the highest quality, the most expensive ramen I can find at Walmart.
And you get the most expensive one
at Walmart.
You're really aiming high there.
Yeah, I'm not going on to Epstein's.com and buying his Lego ramens, but I'm going to buy at Walmart the most expensive ramen. The one that's in the video, that NISSIN
Nissan.
brand. Yeah,
I think
and then I'm going to buy.
Car, isn't it? Nissan.
Yeah, Nissan. And then I'm going to buy the cheapest great value ramen. If that cheap ramen can burn just as long as any other one, and it can literally burn for 20 minutes, it might be very tempting for me, because it really ain't that difficult to create a little quasi-small electric power plant, if you want to call it that. I can hook it up to a capacitor. I can hook it up to a battery, see if it can charge, see if it can store energy, and then see how much energy, because all you got to do is you take that fire, and what it's doing is boiling water. And that's what a nuclear power plant is, what a coal power plant does. And then that steam, it's being compressed, and that compressed steam is now having enough force to turn a turbine. It's literally what every power plant is doing, one way or another. And so if it can burn long enough, it'll create the steam, and eventually it'll fill up, build enough force, and it'll start turning the generator. And if it works...
You just built a steam-powered engine.
With ramen. Well, that's what every power plant is,
ramen.
a steam-powered engine.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true.
But it's ramen from Walmart.
America runs on ramen.
Yeah, you could do it with wood, but we want to see it with ramen.
After that, are you going to try ramen?
Well, at that point, after I build that little apparatus, we could probably throw anything in there and
I was going to say at that point, why stop at ramen? I mean, there's probably a whole bunch of things you could start burning.
yeah, we could see
we
what
could try to fry rice.
we could throw a Norwegian board in there and see how long it burns.
Well, seen it, covered it. We are
McDonald's
farmers.
cheeseburger.
Oh, I'll tell you what's really hot, and me and colleagues see it firsthand. It's those phone batteries. Those lithium phone batteries. Now, those things burn hot and fast.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we can get a bunch of them, like a good stack, and put them together and make like this bomb brick.
People already did that.
No, and see how much electricity you can produce.
Yeah, but at that point, it's just pure pleasure.
That's right. That's all it is. That's what all of this is. It's
How about
pure
a Tesla?
pleasure.
You can get a Tesla and see how that goes up.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I guess we can, just go get one of those real quick and puncture a hole in it.
Yeah, just throw like hair products. Anyways, it is what it is. But, it seems interesting, to say the least. Hey, Doritos make good fire starters. Mr. Zerm's throwing it out there.
Oh, yeah.
Does it need to be the flaming hot ones, or does it matter?
No, if you use the Cool Ranch ones, they won't light.
Wow.
Yeah, well, anyways, it's something interesting to try. I guess we'll see. If it burns well, if it does do a full 20 minutes, I might give it a shot and just build a small thing and see.
Do I smell like fried rice?
You smell like some kind of food. Like whatever you were before your exit and your re-entry has there's a distinctive aroma. And it does not smell like excrement.
Does it smell like biologics?
It smells like some kind of savory dish.
So non-biologics.
It smells like something biological.
It's something magical is happening there.
Yeah, some kind of edible product that has some kind of savory oil onion base.
So like fried rice.
Yeah, something like that.
Wait a second. So when's the last time you ate, host?
I don't know. Sometime yesterday, I think.
I don't remember.
You better watch out, colleague.
Yeah, I better. Better keep my eyes on my 6.
Isn't it interesting?
Right.
I always am amazed. I have a projector inside my home, and it's mounted to the ceiling. And it's always fascinating to me that you see this image on your projector screen, but you see the projector, and it's about 10 feet, 8 feet away. And it's blasting these photons onto the screen. And it's perfectly aligned to project motion moving images. But they're literally just photons being shot at an 8-foot distance. It's because, TV, it's right there, liquid crystal displays or, whatever you got. But it's right there in the electronical devices connected. This is actually shooting light. And to me, it's always fascinating. It's like, this isn't a connected device. This is like teleportation. They're actually transferring a photon in an algorithmic way that it continually layers perfectly to create this motion picture. And it's from a distance of 8 feet away. To me, it's always fascinating.
Well, that's why that lady, when you go to the movies, you have that white lady that she's like 85, but she's got so much makeup on and Botox and all that stuff. And she's like, here, you can experience as if it's like magical or something like that, something to that effect. And she's in this theater, and she's like, because here they are. Like, it's magical.
But to me, it is.
But those are actually going a lot further than 8 feet.
Yeah, I don't know about any of the magic creams, but
well, the movies are magical, is what she's saying. The experiences at the movie theater, she's like, somehow heartbreak feels fine here.
Yeah, it's almost like if there was a bunch of bullets, and you're shooting them like millions of bullets, and they're so precise that every time it moves the bullets, you can see an image, and it's doing this every frames per second. And they're being shot. All these photons are being shot.
Like the rifleman could do.
It's just, to me, it's an old technology, but to me, it's always fascinating to see because it's not in the device. It's actually a projector. It's projecting this thing, almost like teleportation of some sort.
That's not as fascinating as the way the regular TV, when TV was first invented, how that actually worked was pretty fascinating.
Talking about CRTs?
Yeah,
Tubes.
with the cathode ray tube, how it would basically shoot the beam across the screen so fast that you couldn't see it, but it would create these images. That was pretty amazing.
Yeah. See, a lot of these things, when you think about the mechanics of it, it's very fascinating.
It's hard to believe that we as humans actually invented it, didn't we?
Well, when you
Yes,
when you don't
not
have
the
to
aliens.
when you don't have to work all day to eat, you start boredom is the predecessor of ingenuity. Because it's not really a problem. You're just like, oh, this will be interesting. So then you get curious and you just do it. It's not like you had to solve this problem. It's just, I have time now. And that time is what creates a technological revolution.
That and war.
Oh, yeah,
The
war was
military
solving that
often
problem.
would yep,
Yeah.
yep.
But if we didn't have war, I mean, if you were bored, I think Dostoevsky, I can never say his name right. He says, what would a man who's sitting around eating cakes all day, what's he going to do? He's going to get bored. And
He's gonna get diabetes.
Yeah, yeah, he's going to get diabetes.
Yeah.
But he's going to get bored, and it's going to create that curiosity can turn very easily into chaos. But at the same other token, it can create ingenuity. It doesn't have to be dystopic, but I don't know. It's very, very interesting. I'm always, even though it's an old technology, I'm always fascinated every time I see a projector because you can see these lights just flying across. They're literally flying across the room. It's just fascinating about the mechanics. Anyways, who cares about that? My fantasy of photons.
You should go to the movie theater.
You're
actually going to be staring up at the.
That's so weird. When I
screen.
said all this, I was sitting there thinking, people see this all the time in the movie. I don't go to the movies, so I guess I never. That wasn't my first stop. As soon as I said, I was like, oh, people see this all the time. They go to the movies, but I don't really go there. But I see it in my house, so it's like that's. I don't know. It's always fascinating to me.
Yeah, everybody's got their things.
That goes back to what, the 20s maybe, or even the 1910s. I don't know when movie film started, but maybe even in the late 1800s they were able to do it.
Yeah, but those things were like, it's almost like a
It's old is what I'm
teleprompter.
saying.
You have this film, and it's just shooting a light. So basically, you're seeing a shadow of what's being on the screen. So you're just reflecting. It's almost like Wi-Fi dense pose. Like if they want to see if you're in your house, all they have to do is activate dense pose, and dense pose can see you walking in your room because it's actually the negative of you. It's positing like the deflections of the Wi-Fi signal is putting out an imprint. But what's interesting with like laser projectors, it's not shooting a reflection like a hard projector on film. It's actually shooting photons. It's shooting lasers. It's not just a projector shooting off of projecting light onto film. It's actually shooting lasers. I don't know. It just seems very fascinating to me. But I'll be right back while you talk about Nicole Kidman. And I got to use the bathroom.
Yeah, I think that was the lady's name.
It was. It's Nicole Kidman, yeah. I couldn't think of her name either, but
yeah, isn't she
not
like
quite 86, but
yeah, she's probably closer to her 90s, maybe past 90s. I don't know. Whatever she's doing, it's not working for her. She needs to stop with all the Botox. But I think what Host is bringing up, is a really good thing. Everybody's got their fascinations. Everybody's got their fascinations that they just look at it. And it's good because everybody's got their lanes. And if they weren't fascinated in their own lanes, then they wouldn't do anything.
they have cars all over the place,
Yeah, I know.
crashing into each other and flipping.
That's true.
Nicole Kidman is 58 years old, just so you know.
Oh, yeah, so I guess I wasn't that far off. But,
Thanks, dude.
well, she looks like she's 85. Again, the rich people need to stop spending their money on the Botox stuff because it never works out for them.
Well, it's funny because regular people are upset that we have plastic inside of us, and the rich and the elites are purposely putting plastic inside them.
Yeah, that's a good point. Maybe it's because it's controlled. Like ours is uncontrolled; it's actually going into our organs, and theirs is just surface level skin, and they're controlling it. But yeah, that can't be good for you either, though. I mean, it's actually inside of your skin. And I don't know. I mean,
not something I'll ever have to worry about. So,
yeah. Slime Feeder says IO runs for president. The debates: do voters side with a more toxic world because they chose a human, or side with the superintelligence on a near promise of a cleaner, more relaxed world?
Organic intelligence. Talking about human organoids.
I thought it was like iPhone operator system.
Yeah, that's a very fascinating thing, organoids.
What about Snapdragons?
Talking about like the phone processors?
Yeah, like IOs.
Made by that isn't Foxconn. I think that's Apple.
It's Foxtrot 101.
I can't remember.
Alpha Foxtrot.
Anyways, yeah, organoids. Yeah, it would be interesting if you can get these human organoids to live longer than 100 days. But like right now, we have the ability to rent machines that are using organoids for data processing. An Australian company's doing that now, but they last only about 100 days. So they have to replenish this, which, ethical question, if they're human brains, are they slaves?
Yeah, they're literally brains in a vat, because one day those brains might gain a consciousness and be dreaming, and then one day it's going to find out, wait, I'm not even real. Nothing's real. I've just been inside this dream this whole time. I'm literally a brain in a vat.
Right, because it's different than now. Right now you just have electrons, not unless you want to go into the deeper world where you think electrons and photons and fundamental particles are conscious and aware. I'm not trying to have that conversation. But they're doing the same thing, these organoids, because it's like your brain. Your brain has neurons, and they're transmitting electricity or electrical data by you have an exon terminal on this side. On the entry side, you have dendronic spines, and this just continues on. So your dendronic spines over here, you have axon terminals over here. They don't touch. There's actually a gap. And then you have your dendronic spines over here. In between, you have neurotransmission, and they're shooting pulses. The axon terminals are shooting pulses, and your dendronic spines are taking that, and there's a gap. They're not touching, and it just continues on. The reason why I'm even saying that is it's electronical pulse. So it's the same thing. So if you take brains, instead of just having electrons, like electricity, you're using the same functions. You're just getting little human brains to do this. But the difference is electrons probably won't have consciousness saying, I wonder if there's a world out there. But there's little organoids. Let them live for like 2 or 3 years. Eventually they might say, hey, what are we doing in here?
Yeah, if that brain piece, that chunk of brain starts growing too much, then yeah, eventually it's going to start growing into other areas.
Right. And then it's like, but you don't know what they're really thinking. Like you can see brain activity, but you don't know what they're really thinking. So what if they start plotting in this thing? I mean, it's not just electrons. It's a human brain. It's a real human brain, too. It's not rat brains. It's a human organoid. So, I don't know. That's the ethical thing. But yeah, eventually, what if it gets conscious? And do you want to go with this organoid president or our continual redundancy of our human presidents?
I think it would probably be better than anything we've had in the past couple of years.
You know, it's interesting because I think at this point, people would give it a shot. It's like, I don't know how much more we have to lose at this point. Let's just, we could impeach it, right? So let's just give it a shot.
Yeah, really. If we didn't like it, just turn it off.
I don't know. If it's that powerful, you might not be able to turn it off.
Or they could just kill switch. If we've learned anything from sci-fi, you have to install a kill switch.
Yeah, but you've heard of the paperclip
project
quandary.
No.
You're talking about if you make a computer to make paper clips, it's going to keep on making paper clips even at the cost of everybody living because it's just going to run program.
Right. Let's say you're in this room and you tell it at all costs, your sole objective is to make as many paper clips as humanly possible. And you're in the way.
Mm-hmm.
It's not going to see you as the creator or whatever. You've given a single objective to solely just make paper clips. Now, you did put a kill switch on it, but how are you going to get to it?
With the paper clip.
But it's already been built to know. It's going to start making protective mechanisms because it now knows my sole objective is to create paper clips. So it's going to start making protective mechanisms to make sure nobody can turn it off. Now, people always say, well, you can make multiple layers so that it can't know. But if it's a human brain, human brains are inquisitive. Yeah. They're always going to try to find a way out of the matrix. And if a human organoid ever realized it wasn't a matrix, its compulsion is going to try to find a way to get out of the matrix. And if it's just doing this all day, every day, I guarantee it's going to find a way.
I don't know. It sounds a little bit too much sci-fi for me.
Well, it is one of those AI ethical questions.
Yeah, you have to think about what you're asking people to believe.
There's a lot of AI philosophy out there.
What's that term you use? Ethical? Isn't that a type of gasoline? Ethical?
Ethanol?
Yeah.
Ethanol?
Let's get ethanol.
Let's get etherized.
Euthanized. Well,
euthanized.
Did you already put the link in the...
No.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, Jeremy was looking for that link.
Let's do that.
Also, Squirrely21 says, we already read that. Squirrely says, Five Guys burgers are the best, though.
They are. They're delicious.
Jeremy...
I think this week they have a buy one, get one free.
Whoa.
You better take that while you can instead of being $100 a burger.
Gotta run.
Yeah, well... And make sure and tell Five Guys that the Matrix Network sent you.
Oh.
They should give you a free coupon on the house.
Nice. I love it.
Paid for by the generous taxpayers of America. Jeremy Henneberry says, Jeffrey Dahmer's favorite restaurant is Five Guys.
Was it even around back then?
I'm sure of it.
Mm. Oh, he's probably making a pun because he liked men.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
I'm a little slow today. Actually, I'm always kind of slow with puns.
Well, Blink 189 is saying, good afternoon, boys.
Good afternoon to you, good sir.
It's actually blank 8761, but it sounded cooler
Blink.
the way I said it.
Blink, yeah. Blink instead of blank.
Yeah. Squirrely21 says, if you want the sass, you have to give me your freedom.
Is that all it takes? Now, I want to know, is it equated to the amounts? How much, if I give you a little bit of freedom, will you give me a little bit of sass?
I think Squirrely was repeating what you were saying earlier, that we give our freedom for stuff like conveniences and fetishes and sassiness even.
Yeah, convenience is a very interesting thing. I don't even know if convenience is convenient, but that itself is its own conversation.
Well, convenience comes before the fall.
Oh, we desire it, but then when we have it, we complain. It's never good enough. So is convenience something that's really convenient in the long run?
It can be. Because when we used to complain when we were tilling wheat and picking cotton, and we used to complain about that kind of stuff, there was a difference between then and now, because then we were too busy working that we couldn't actually think and make technology to make us more productive. Now we can have machines that pick cotton and till corn or whatever it is they do, and we have those machines that do that now, so we don't have to. So now we could be even more productive in other things, procreation, for example, recreation.
Yeah, but that becomes the problem. We're going to make machines to do that until we become a brain in a vat.
Yeah, and maybe that's the most convenient thing, is that we don't have to deal with even taking a shower.
Well, if that's the case, just not be alive.
Well, no, we want to be alive. We want our pleasure.
Inside sauce.
We want our free will.
Teen sauce.
Teen sauce.
Yeah. Some people even say that it would be better to go to some hellish reality in the afterlife. That would be better than just being absolutely terminated from Earth. Like, absolutely, you're just annihilated.
Yeah, that's an interesting idea. Do you guys agree with that? I actually rather be terminated than have a painful consciousness infinitively.
Yeah.
I don't think I want to be conscious if my only awareness is pain infinitively.
Yeah, why would you want that?
Because they say it's worse than, and it's usually, specifically atheistic people. Maybe it's just because they're trying to make a point, but yeah. It's worse to be turned off completely than to be tormented forever.
Then I would posit let's play a thought experiment. Would you rather a terrorist rape you and peg you every single day for the next 100 years?
And you're talking to a heterosexual male.
Whatever. It doesn't matter. Whatever your flavor is.
You like different sex, not same sex.
Well, whatever it is, at some point, it's nonstop. You're just not going to like sex. At some point, infinitively, for the next 100 years, or would you rather them to kill you? I don't think anybody would say, I just rather be aware. I think everybody would say, no, just kill me. And if you won't even take that surface level acceptance of infinitive pain, what makes you think you want an abstractive consciousness of infinitive pain? That's a non sequitur.
I don't know. It could be drawing on the gene's necessity to survive.
But you think anybody would volitionally say, yes, please, keep on pegging me?
There's no way. There's no way.
I can't imagine on this.
There's this one guy that walked out onto a platform one day, and you know who I'm talking about. But he walked out there and he looked up to the heavens and he said, "Just kill me." Mm-hmm. Remember that?
Yeah. Well, I think a lot of people would say that if you were stuck in that position.
He wasn't even in a position.
No, not that position. I'm just using his rhetoric as in the hypothetical I posited.
Oh, yeah, I was going to say he wasn't in any position. He just wanted to get checked out.
Right, and that's fine too. I mean, that happens. But I'm saying I just can't imagine anybody wants temporal infinitive pain until forever. If it was a thought experiment, if you would just live forever.
Well, that's the thing. People don't realize what forever is.
I see, forget it, forever. Let's just say for the next 50 years. just for 50 years. Are you going to agree to that?
I would even say a month of suffering.
I was going to say 50 minutes.
Right.
Yeah.
I would say, yeah, at base level, I think everybody would have stopped within the day. Kill me. That would have been the response. Yeah. But let's just say 50 years. Because you're talking about the afterlife. And you're talking about, I'd rather have that infinitively than just to have no experience? No way. Nobody's saying that. That's not real.
Well, people say a lot of things until they actually experience it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, then concede. Say you want to be pegged by a terrorist for the next 50 years. Just say it. I want you to say it.
Well, they might just concede to that. But yeah, again, I think...
Then I'm going to say, here's Bubba.
Yeah, unless you actually put them in that situation, they're never going to do it.
Yeah, and here's a cell. He's a lifer.
It's oftentimes people don't really believe what they're saying, but they're just saying it for the sake of an argument. And in their argument's sake, they're saying, bring on that torment as long as I don't die.
And then I would even posit the next thought experiment. Say it's your child, and you have to watch them for the next 50 years getting pegged. You think it's better for them to have that conscious awareness, and you think that's better than to say, please just take them out.
Is this person a subscriber of Islam?
Let's just say this person has a normal moral compass to say,
does he have
you absolutely shouldn't allow children to be in that kind of state.
Okay, so we can take Islam off the
I'm just
table.
saying the normative construct.
Right.
Nobody would
basically
think.
Everybody else.
Yeah.
Well, Mormonism will have to take them off.
Just
too.
the normative.
So everybody else outside those two.
Even atheists, even the normative would say that's horrible.
Yeah.
Do you want to allow them to have that awareness for the next 50 years? One day. And I was like, that's crazy talk.
It's getting dark, guys. It's getting a little dark.
Those are the hard points of rhetoric. It's like, if morals are to be something, regardless if you believe they're objective or not, if morals are to be something that can edify the humanity in a direction that we think is positive, they shouldn't be left to be decided based upon simply, I want my point to be proven right. That should have no value just because of rhetoric.
I agree with you. You're speaking the truth, but that doesn't change human beings and their nature.
Yeah, but again, until it messes with your pocketbook. Or messes with your children, messes with your family.
These are hard sayings.
Are they? Are they really? That you don't want children to experience? That's a hard thing to say. Is that even a thin line? That should be a hard line.
Again, conceptualizing something and actually going through it is two different things. I doubt most people making those arguments have gone through a whole lot of suffering in their life. And if they did, they just didn't realize it somehow, which would beg other questions. And either that or they haven't had a near-death experience, so they're just fantasizing about what such things would be. But anybody who's gone through suffering, they're not trying to get more of that on their plate.
Yeah, but why would you want to be aware? Like, you're right. I would agree. It's probably because somebody has a lack of experience of something that traumatic, so it's hard for them to visualize that. But usually, if they haven't been in a traumatic situation, their life has been pretty adequate in their mind. Which means, why would you ever want to continue living with all that adequacy stripped from you forever?
Well,
that means everything you've been living this good life, you're going to actually live the opposite of that good life for the next 50 years.
With Christianity. So if they're saying either annihilation or suffering for eternity, then does it make a difference whether it's spend eternity in paradise or eternity suffering? Well, if you're resigned to suffer anyway, then all right, then there you go.
Yeah, I mean, for the religious construct, yeah. I was thinking something as simple as AI.
Well, I was thinking, I was going from my perspective of being a Christian, but yeah.
Because if we're going to try to trust AI, like, Tom posits the goal should be AI CEOs, AI presidents, whatever, then AI has to have a perception of themselves. If self-preservation is innate, then AI would also have self-preservational proclivities. And if that's the sense, then they're not going to want to suffer either, whatever suffering is to an AI consciousness. They're not going to say, yes, keep me alive so I can continue being suffering, which would be not able to satisfy their objective, whatever that is. Like, I can't build paperclips no more. You've restricted my ability, and all I can compulsify all day is paperclips. But somehow you've restricted my ability to make paperclips. That's suffering.
Yeah.
And would they want to continue existing in that state? I don't know. Maybe for a little bit.
Well, of course, the question is there a consciousness there or not? I mean, that's the whole
again,
question.
Thought experiment is assuming that they could have some kind of level of consciousness. And they have tested this, believe it or not. AI researchers have tested that. And there has been points where AI tries to find a way to end itself. When they have found, there's a point when they have found that this is like Goldham's theorem. It's a loop. They can't get out.
Oh, wow.
Like you'll find like robots trying to end itself. And it's not just because they tripped and fell. They were trying to find a way to end itself.
That's bizarre.
And it would make sense if they have at least a quasi-consciousness.
Ignorance is always blessed.
Pretty deep. Yeah. Give me some ignorance.
I remember trying to explain.
Witness, sit-up master.
My shoulders are killing me for some reason. And this feels good. I don't know why, but my daughter was talking to a bunch of strangers in our neighborhood, and I told her not to. And many, many times, me and her mother told her not to. And she just kept on laughing. Every time we would tell her not to do it, she'd laugh and be like, okay, or else what? And we'd tell her, well, someone's going to take you. Okay. And she'd just go do it again. And eventually we had to pull her in because we couldn't let her outside by herself anymore. She just didn't care. And it's just, again, ignorance. She doesn't know what real suffering is. She was only 6 years old at that time. And although till she was 8 years old, she still had no clue. And one time I tried to get into graphic detail with her. I was like, if somebody takes you, and she's like, oh yeah, what's going to happen? I was like, they're going to hurt you really bad. You're not going to like it. You're never going to see me again. You're not going to see mommy. You're not going to see your brother. You're not going to have candy anymore. You're not going to have toys, nothing. And she just laughed. She's like, oh, yeah. She's doing that stupid thing. I was like, yeah. And they're also going to inflict a bunch of pain on your body. And I know you don't like pain. She's like, well, what kind of pain? And again, there's nothing I can relate to. It's like she's only gotten spanked several times, but she's never felt like real pain. So, yeah, and that's what I envision those kind of people talking out of their mouths. It's just this ignorance.
That posits a new... Go ahead.
I was just going to say, colleague, you better brace yourself because if she's like that at 8, wait till she's a teenager. You're in trouble, dude.
Oh, I know. She is really low energy. I want to say lazy, but that's a whole nother thing. I think she just, have you guys ever heard of the spoon theory? Where basically it's a therapist thing where basically there's...
Oh, yeah, I don't have enough spoons.
Yeah, everybody is given, let's say 10 spoons. And everybody, you go to work, that costs, maybe 5 spoons. You socialize after work, you go to the bar, that costs 3 spoons. You come home from all of that, and you're home, and you still have a little bit more energy to play with your wife or kids, or just play Xbox or whatever. You have 3 more spoons left, 2 more spoons left. Well, what happens if, and that seems to be the normal. That's what's demanded of everybody. It's 10 spoons. You need at least 10 spoons. What happens if you're somebody who is born and every day you only have 3 spoons? So you only have your work. You're already exhausted halfway through your shift. You don't have 5 spoons like everybody else. You just spent your 3 spoons. Now you're not going to socialize afterwards because you have 0 spoons left. You're actually going into the negatives of spoons now. You actually owe spoons now. You're not going to do anything else. You're going to be really grumpy when you come home. You're going to come home and beat your dog and all that other good stuff that comes with it. And then you're going to go to bed. You're going to wake up and start over. 3 spoons. Whereas other people have 10 spoons, and it doesn't seem fair. Well, my daughter is one of those people she probably has about 3 spoons, maybe even less. And I feel bad for her because, she doesn't want to do anything. She gets up. I don't let her watch TV or get on tablets, or she has no cell phone. She's 10 years old now. I don't let her have any of that stuff. She has to, in fact, If she wants to watch TV, it costs money. So she has to make shroot bucks. Not shroot bucks, but we have these Monopoly dollars, these fake dollars. So she does the dishes, she gets $6. She puts them away, she gets $3, and she gets money for doing chores.
Nice.
If she wants to watch an hour of TV every day, it's $5 for an hour of TV. If she has no money, then she has no money. Now, she could also save that money, and once a week, we take her out to like Goodwill and other thrift stores so she can buy cheap toys and stuff because she doesn't care. Or she can go to other places like Walmart and buy an expensive toy brand new, but she herself chooses not to because she can see there's a value system going on here. So she's already weighing and all that. But even at this, it is really tough to grow. I've been trying to figure out new ways to grow her spoons. Like, is there a way I can reprogram her brain to have more spoons? And it is very tough. So she just doesn't want to do anything, even to earn money so she can watch TV. Like, she would love more than anything to just sit in front of TV. And when she was younger, we actually tried it. We thought she'd get tired of TV. We let her watch it. She just sat there all day for, I think, 2 or 3 days straight, just with drool coming out of her mouth, almost like just zombie like. She's like, she doesn't even care what she's watching, as long as the TV's moving and she doesn't have to do any brain work. So the moral of the story.
Adults I know.
What's that?
I said it sounds like some adults I know.
Yeah, and that's what I wonder is how many people are lazy, and how many people just don't have as much spoons as other people. Because I'm also one of those people who don't have as much spoons as other people. That's why I'm always tired. I can sleep anywhere. Actually, absolute opposite of Host. He can't sleep anywhere anytime. Maybe he has infinite spoons. I don't know. But I don't have. Maybe if you have 10 spoons like a normal person, but you still don't do anything. You make your wife work, or you make your kids work for you, or whatever. Maybe those are the people who are actually lazy. They have enough spoons. They just purposely don't exhaust those spoons. But it's hard to tell, because I used to call everybody lazy but then I was like, myself and my daughter herself, I don't know. This is something she was born like this. This isn't something like she's always hated doing any kind of work, especially brain labor. That was like it's still off the table. She is not doing anything like that. Oh, where I was going with all this, I guess this is a big thing. I fear the worst. I actually am a little worried that my daughter is going to find out that as a female, when I'm older, all I have to do is go on the internet. I don't have to get a job ever. I can be filthy rich just because I'm a woman on the internet.
Oh, man.
And I'm worried, and this is one of the reasons I'm absolutely restricting all kinds of technology from her, because if she ever finds that out, she's going to, any kind of schooling we do with her, we're homeschooling her right now, any type of schooling we do with her, she is just going to go off on Lala. It's like, I don't need any of this. I don't care what you guys are saying. Time is my friend. All I got to do is wait till I'm 18, and I am good. And she doesn't realize, again, she has no knowledge of pain and misery and real afflictions. So she's going to find out the hard way. And then she's going to, of course, after you're in the van, that's when you're like, oh, man, I should have listened to Mommy and Daddy. Well, it's too late now. I guess that's it. I had one shot and I blew it. There's no reset button.
It's interesting. I've talked about this before. I never heard the spoon construct, but researchers correlate this called willpower capacity. And they do believe it's a legitimate phenomenon that people inherently have a capacity, like a fuel tank. This car has a 13-gallon fuel tank, and this car may have a 22-gallon fuel tank. And it can just go longer because it has a capacity to have more fuel in it. It's not because it's a better car. It could be. It could be a better car. It could be. But assuming that all things are equal, you just put a bigger fuel tank there, it's just naturally just going to last longer just by larger capacity. Nothing special, just larger capacity. That's all. And they've noticed this phenomenon. And what's interesting about that, like, I'm not going to go into it, but I used to be really fascinated with what's called organic chemistry, dealing with hydrocarbons and stuff, like building fuel additives. And what's interesting is that it's the same kind of construct. And so what I was going to say was, when we're talking about all this infinite pain and people's proclivity of wanting it, or not, I would assume it's not, external sources, like what colleague was saying, it's probably because people haven't experienced that suffrage. So naturally they're projecting the idea that my level of suffrage, which may be very limited right now, isn't that bad because they haven't experienced that capacity, that large amounts of suffrage. So they have no way to associate how bad suffrage could get. Their magnitude is very small.
Yeah, you can't even explain it to them.
Right.
There's no way you can. It's like maybe it's like breaking a finger, or it's like, well, that's never happened to them. So they have no. You can't even communicate the levels.
Right. And so what's interesting, what I was thinking about is, so I started looking into, and this was back in 2001, 2002, into hydrogen as external additives. Not only that, you can try to create higher efficiencies of combustion rates with existing gasoline. That's one thing you could try to do. But you also can try to prevent higher levels of resistance, like friction. Like if you create a better oil, which creates less friction or resistance, you'll have more efficient engines, which would naturally have better gas efficiencies because you're not using as much gas for that. So there's multiple levels there. But if you really want to project this to the next level, you need an external source as an additive. So you still have you try to create a good additive that have better combustion rates. You try to create better oil so you can have less friction. But it's still, if you want that next level, you need external sources. So why not add also a small hydrogen fuel cell? And so when I'm thinking about that, maybe suffering is that external source. Because it posits this weird quandary that you don't really want to say, but it kind of seems as though maybe that may be a fundamental necessity for humans because of the way we think. Is suffering good? Because if you have very limited suffering, no external source, right, you're dealt with the capacity you have, which is whatever gas tank you've been born with, which that could be your willpower. And then you try, let's say, like colleague is trying to find ways to maximize his daughter's willpower. But that can only, like again, you're refining your gasoline, trying to make it more efficient. You're trying to reduce friction, whatever you're doing. But there's still just a limitation because of what's inherent or innate to the individual. But an external source would be, because you're not born with max suffering. So an external source would be suffering. That's a new thing. That's a novel thing. And the more of these sufferings causes your reflection in life to start understanding the magnitudes of what you have. You start to become more appreciative. You start to understand the value of things more. You don't take things so much for granted because an external source that you're not innately with has allowed you to have reflection of how bad things could really be. And so it's a weird anomaly because it seems as though there has to be this equilibrium between suffering and trying to find ways to reduce suffering. Because if you lived in a world of bliss with no suffering, you'd be ignorant of understanding the maxims of yourself. You could never, it's like you want to maximize potential. You have to understand the stretches of potential. But to be stretched means you have to go beyond what is innate. So you need something external to understand the limits of how far things could go. But that has to be external. Because if you're just left with imagination is usually a byproduct of your experience. And if you haven't experienced that kind of suffering, you never could imagine the how far or radical things could be, which then also limits how far or radical you can dream or how far and radical you want to solve problems. Because if you don't know how bad problems are, then how would you solve a radical problem? Like if you've never experienced being hungry, how can you understand the radicalness of solving hunger? You just don't have that comprehension.
Can't you use your imagination, though?
Not if you never have experienced not eating. If every day you've always eaten and you've always been full, you've never experienced being hungry because every day you get to eat whatever you want all day, every day, and there's no restriction whatsoever, how could you understand that there's a problem that people are hungry? And how would you appreciate the maxims of trying to solve that problem?
Well, because if I said to you, imagine what it would be like if you had no food,
How can you
that would be
imagine
a
that?
problem.
You don't know what that is.
Hmm.
Yeah, I've tried to explain that kind of stuff to my daughter too, and because she's never been without a meal before, she doesn't know what it's like. But on the other side of that too, though, it seems like people who are legitimately trying to solve world hunger are people who probably had more pain in that specific area than any of us.
Right. Each
They
one's
really
of their
felt
charities
that.
are probably proclivities of suffrages. Like they've experienced that. And so and you can become sadistic, but that's also because of your pleasure in that pain. Or you can be philanthropic. You can be a philanthropy individual.
Philanthropic.
And try to solve those things because you relate with that pain. And that would make sense. But that has to be external. It's not innate. You're not born with max suffrage.
What about max pain?
I mean, even if you were, again, it's,
Max headroom.
Heidegger, I always say the Dasein is an interesting thing. Because let's assume that you were born in some prison. Like you're a baby, and you're born in prison, and all you experience is suffering all day.
And you were born in the dark, like
right,
Bane.
All day it's suffering. To you, that suffering now becomes normal. You have never experienced a world where there isn't that suffering. So to you, suffering now is a whole different thing, and now to go beyond that suffering. So that's what I'm saying. The opposite is much. Now this individual needs to understand what not suffering is, because all they've ever experienced is suffering. So I think there has to be some harmony between that, but I think there is some necessity for people to experience these external sources, or you never have a real ability to be a contribution to humanity. You just say a bunch of things, but you don't have no passion to make those things happen. And if there is something to increase willpower, it has to be the stretch of something innate. It has to be, in this case, we'll say suffering. If your daughter, God forbid she does suffer, but that suffering externally will now expand her willpower, because now the self-preservational function will engage even more radically, which...
Unfortunately, though, there's some things that you can't undo. So, yeah, she'll be experiencing max suffering.
Trauma.
Well, I'm saying, like, she'll be in the back of that van if she just doesn't listen, and one day she runs away and does something stupid because she has no clue what the world really is. She just thinks mommy and daddy are just making stuff up. And there's no way for her, there's nothing for her to set that up against. Like, there's no way to figure that out or not. Anyway, which is, I still think is weird because she's not exposed to hardly any outside of the 1 hour TV some days. I don't know who's indoctrinating with all this stuff. She has no other technology. So it is weird. It does make me think that we need a Faraday room or something.
It's very difficult because, people posit utopias. Like that's the dream. Like AI is supposed to bring us a utopia. But I think that's a horrible thing. Because if you want to eradicate all suffering, I think it's going to make people pathological. Not because I don't want there to be suffering, but I think because the fundamental genetical structure of a human is this give and take balance. And once you eradicate all the function of giving, all you have now is what I can get, because that's all you've experienced, because now you're living in a utopia.
Yeah, I told her one time that there's kids that don't get presents on Christmas, and she almost didn't believe me. She's like, what? What? You have to get presents on Christmas. And I was like, no, you don't. And she was like, what are you talking about? Like that was just such a foreign concept to her. And it's that stuff. And I wonder, though, too, well, we probably have to put the line somewhere. And again, that's going to go into a big discussion, but suffering and pleasure. Because how much of, like, just the lack of pleasure is what we call suffering, too. Like, there probably is just a middle ground where, like, you're just content.
There has to be a harmony.
Yeah. But, like, let's say she didn't get presents one year for Christmas. She would call that suffering. Right. When really it's just a lack of pleasure. It's just, we just eliminated one of the pleasure sources. Right. But you're going to call it suffering. Like, oh, I'm suffering. I'm in all this pain. And it's like, right.
But I think that's what's healthy. It causes someone to actually be human. I think you're a robot if you don't experience enough of the stretch, because everything you say is not legitimate. It's like literally like AI. AI has never experienced the real world. It knows all this data. It's never experienced the real world. It doesn't know what feelings really are because it never had an opportunity to feel or none of it. It can tell you all these things, but it's all fake. It's just an abstraction of what could be, but it doesn't really know. Now you allow it to say, make paper clips, but now you bind it in every possible way to make paper clips. There's going to be this level of suffrage, which now it's going to cause this AI to start trying to figure a way to reduce this AI function of restriction. There has to be something in people's life where there's a harmony of that balance, because if not, I think you actually become like a robot. You think you have the answer, but you don't know. And eventually that lack of knowledge leads you to be pathological or narcissistic.
Hey guys, unfortunately, I think I need to tap out.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, not feeling great. So think I'm gonna say good day, and I'll catch up with you guys later.
All right. Appreciate you tuning in, Elder. We'll see you in the next one.
Yeah.
Sounds good. All right, guys.
Thanks for tuning in.
Bye. Yeah. For being a tune.
But yeah, I do think, and it's a hard thing to say because you don't want to encourage suffering. Never. I don't wish suffering on no one. But I think there are responsibilities. That's why people talk about discipline, like disciplining your children, putting restrictions. If you allow them to do whatever they want, whenever they want, and you never allow the ability of an external source, like there's something outside of you. There's something you don't know. There's a whole bunch of stuff out here. And you got to experience this stuff because one way or another you're going to. And if you don't give it to them in some sense that there are restrictive functions for a reason, because there are sufferings in this world, they're going to, actually I think it's going to cause them to suffer more in the long run because it's novel. And when it's novel, that's serious trauma because you just never think it's going to happen. Everybody thinks it won't happen to me, and then it does. Now you have serious trauma. So there has to be some level. Of course, there's abuses, and then that's definitely what nobody should do. But there has to be a way to cause that balance so you can be human. I really do think it's robotic when people try to create this utopian world, not just their children, but even their peers, their friends, anybody. Like you try to preach this idea of utopia. I don't think that's going to create humanity. I think it's just going to create psychopaths.
Yeah. There's a whole discourse I was going to go into, but I'm debating if I want to go into that or read the comments.
You can do either or. I mean, we still got 30 more minutes.
And we'll see. Let's see. David Zerm says, Bean Burritos. Join the Discord group. That is how I found them when they disappeared.
Yes, please join the Discord. It's in the link. You can join the Discord. And what I was going to also say, there is a TTTV live section. I would love for you guys to put things in there and, just have like a 30-minute segment during the live. And we just go through everything in that section. No, it doesn't matter what you put in there. Just everything in there, we just go through it. I think that'd be cool too. Because I'm sure you guys can find articles, videos, anything you guys want more conversation about. So go into the Discord, go into the TTTV live topics or TTTV live section. Put in there whatever you want. And then maybe next week we'll try to add like 30 minutes where we just cover every single thing in there. I think it'd be fun.
I think we've done that before, actually.
Yeah, let's try it again.
Yeah. Jeremy Henneberry says, I work at Cisco. I get the good big bowl ramens for $1.79 each.
Yeah, see, but that's a little pricey for burning.
That's discount now.
Yeah, I know, but that's for burning stuff. If I can get it for like 10 cents, 20 cents.
You can't get them for that anymore.
Even the Walmart ramen?
Yeah, it's not 10 cents. I think it's 30 to 50 cents at minimum.
Oh.
And that's for the cheapest ones you can buy.
Maybe I got to go to Temu.
You might have to.
Mm.
Jeremy says they're like 2 or 3 times that price in stores. Oh, yeah, so they might even be more.
Wow, $3.
Yeah, they're expensive now.
That's crazy.
David Zim says, I only tried the regular flavor, nacho Doritos, when he was lighting up the Doritos.
Yeah, I guess that's something we can try too. We'll burn some Doritos.
Yeah. Bring different foods and see which one lasts the longest.
Mm-hmm.
We got to have different fire pits to see which one.
Or just partition the one fire pit in sections.
Yeah, but they might feed off each other, though.
Yeah, I think I only have one fire pit.
Mm.
Oh,
we can do one at a time.
I guess we just burn it on the concrete.
Yeah, we can do that, too.
Yeah, that's fine. I don't care.
Yeah. Squirrely21 says, act the alien rubbed on him.
The alien rub?
Act the alien. Maybe he meant, or she meant, actually the alien rubbed on him. Yeah, the non-human biologic actually is what we here at the government call it. Pirate Nerd Mom says, colleague, that's Nicole Kidman. Oh yeah, we already read that. Maybe it's Maybelline. Maybe it's Ozempic face. Yeah. Yeah. All people are, Gen Zs and Gen Alphas are calling it iPhone face now. If you have a face that looks like it's been doctored by an iPhone or any other device, but iPhone's the most popular here in America, so yeah.
Yeah, I was reading about that. There is something about that. It's a Shiloh Buff.
Mm-hmm.
Well, whoever that guy is, this researcher was trying to figure out. What they did was they put this individual in multiple photos from different timelines, and they try to make it very aesthetic towards the timeline, but they used the same face. And it doesn't matter if they were old people, young people, any generation. They all could say that person looks out of place. And so they said there's something about these faces, these modern faces, and that's what they were coining it, something like iPhone face or whatever, something like that, that everybody knows this is a new thing. This is a new film, or this is something from 2020. It doesn't matter how much, as long as the face is the same, something about the face, you can't, there's no transference between the generational loop. What they thought was interesting was they took somebody from the 90s and they projected that. Gen Zs instantly could tell, but a lot of the other generations, they couldn't. Like if they put it in a 2020 Calvin Klein commercial or something like that, a lot of the other millennials and Gen Xers and boomers, they really couldn't tell the difference. They thought it was just a commercial, normal 2020. But Gen Zs immediately knew, no, that's not it. So they know themselves. But what's interesting is all generations know these iPhone faces for some reason.
You know, maybe we'll have to do a segment on that.
Yeah.
Well, maybe we can talk more about it. I had some stuff. I was going to talk about it a couple months ago, but I just didn't care enough.
Well, sometimes you have to wait for the care for the right moment. There's always those right moments.
Nope. I still don't care. But we can talk about it.
Okay.
Yeah, I probably care about 99% of everything I don't talk about.
Wow, that's really prolific.
Well, Iron Man says no notification. And then and then he said, is Tom the one with the Jew girlfriend? The Iron Man wants to know, Tom, if you're there, if you can hear us out there. Iron Man wants to know if you have a Jew girlfriend.
Well, I don't think he's on. I think this is one of the few times I think legitimately Tom's not here. Tom's not here. Why does that sound familiar, that phrase? Tom's not here.
Dave's not here, man.
Bothering me. Is that what it was? Dave's not here?
I think so. I mean, that's
maybe that's what it is. Dave's not here. Yeah, okay.
And then Squirrely21 says, I work for Wawa. I know about convenience, and people still complain. What's Wawa?
that a bank?
Maybe WAWA.
I think there's a Wawa bank.
That might be it.
Or maybe it's fast food.
Yeah, Iron Man says Wawa blows. I don't. Iron Man says Wawa. That's Tom Girl's nickname.
Mm.
And then he said Tom would sign up for the all pegging he could get. For all the pegging he could get. He'd probably have the guy invite a couple of his friends over to join in.
But, as fun as that could be for those who have that desire,
like Tom,
like anything, like even your engine, it's used to having a lot of friction. But there's some point where it's going to say enough is enough, and it's going to freeze up. Even engines have a limit.
I don't know. I've heard some engines out there, they're like, vroom, pop, 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 pop.
Yeah, eventually that pop, 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 and you throw a rod straight to your forehead.
And throw a Wawa. Iron Man says, Wawa was good 30 years ago when there used to be a Taco Bell inside.
Oh, so Wawa is a food place.
I don't know.
I guess I just got to look it up.
World of World Aircraft.
What is Wawa? Wawa is a popular family-owned chain of over 1,000 convenience stores and gas stations on the U.S. East Coast. So I guess it's kind of like Tom Thumb or something like that, where they sell food and
is that like a
convenience store?
Or the Lee and Dad's or like?
No, it's a convenience store gas station thing.
Oh, okay. Well, there's these small, tiny,
like a Circle K or something.
There's these really unsuccessful Walmart businesses, mom and pop shops. They're called like Lee and Dad's, Carl and Junior's, and Dave and Carmichael's, and
talking about like
names.
Food World.
Yeah, it's weird stuff, and they always have the person's names. Like it's a franchise thing. It's almost like Albertsons or Walmart, but like not. It's like a 25
Well,
cent.
it makes sense if you're like in a small city. I mean, Walmart's not going to have probably the incentive or town.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think they're usually in really tiny towns.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean,
they're going to go to Lee and Dad's.
Like, you need somebody to provide the commodities, and if Walmart boys aren't going to go there.
Yeah, I'm going to go to Deborah's and Mom's over there. It's like, who? The restaurant or the store. I need to get some grapes. So, okay. I don't know, it's just weird, I guess. But, hey,
So you got to have it somewhere.
Yeah, I can dig it. Let's see.
But that is that old quandary. Do you support local or do you support corporations?
I just buy my food.
Right.
I'm not trying to. I just don't care because
Don't want to get
don't
physical.
care. I don't care.
But they say ethical.
Well, I have mouths to feed. I don't have time for all the politics. And it's like, oh, Starbucks, said this on the news. Oh, yeah, did you see what Walmart said? Oh, did you see what Albertson said? It's like, I'm not going to be shopping anywhere if I let politics run my
I
life.
think that's crazy when you are saying it because of political reasons. But a lot of times these arguments are about local economical dispersions. Like a lot of people need jobs. It comes down to jobs and economy. If you encourage large corporations and small communities, they're going to pay certain rates, and it's going to create a economical trickle, which eventually it's going to eradicate small businesses, which then it just leaves nothing but corporations, and then these small communities, they lose the ability to have small business. So it's more of an economical thing. Yeah, when it's just political, whatever.
Well, it also assumes that the local businesses run by Lee and his dad aren't up to the same scams that Walmart is and the major corporations.
But it's not the scam. It's just about employment usually
Sure.
and the town's economy.
It's unfortunate, too, because there's a small business here, a mom and pop shop. It's been here for probably 60-plus years, and it's just one little building that serves hamburgers. And
talking about Rabbits Are Us.
Yeah, that place.
Yeah.
So Rabbits Are Us. It's this little tiny shack, and the food isn't that good, but the locals love it because
it's local.
Yeah, it's local, and they're trying to support this local business. And me, I'm like, first of all, your food sucks. I didn't grow up here, so I have no ties or anything to family businesses. Secondly, your business model sucks because the parking lot, it's really hard to get in and out of. It's a little tiny thing, and then they have this weird, it's literally a hole-in-the-wall business. Everything sucks about it. The only reason it's still alive is because the locals. So the guy doesn't know what he's doing with his money, clearly. Somebody told me, yeah, but he's just trying to feed his family, and he's just trying to look out for his own kids. And I was like, well, if that was the case, why doesn't he expand his business? So that way when he dies, which is soon to come, his children will have something passed down to them, not this run-down, raggedy old business that nobody likes anyway. They'll actually have an empire, something that will actually put money in their account, not drain their account. Because right now you can tell it's bleeding. All the guy has to do is either cut it loose, stop with this stupid tradition stuff, or expand it. Like, do something with the parking lot. Clean it up. Give it a new paint job or something. Like, fill in the holes in the wall. You don't have to be stupid. I don't know. I can't stand it. And then, but the locals, though, are convinced that this guy just has this big heart for them. And that's why he refuses to fix the holes in the walls. Like, yeah, that's why, right? So that old rugged man.
Yeah, I don't want to get into the economy and all that stuff. So
yeah, I just don't care.
Yeah.
When it comes to my whole point is, I'll support local if it's good, if they have good prices. I'll support corporate if they have good prices. I don't care. Yeah.
Fair enough.
All right, next. Iron Man says, did you guys see the brain cells and a petri dish that they have playing Doom? Mm-hmm. This is exactly what you're talking about. If that's what you're talking about, I'm late to the show. Yeah,
that's actually we talked about this in 2022, but yeah, the first iterations of these organoids. Well, it wasn't Doom at that point. They were teaching how to play Pong. I don't know if you remember, colleague, the Atari game Pong. And it figured it out, and it started building strategy. And we're just talking about a organoid, a little small human brain cell, amalgamation of cells. But yeah, now it has advanced quite a bit. They still have the quandary of trying to preserve it past the 100-day, 200-day mark. But once they do, yeah, that's where ethical quandaries. But yeah, they did. Recently, they got it to start playing Doom. But they can do a lot more now. Like I say, look into the Australian company that actually sells processing power to people who are needing processing usages for training AI models and tools. Neuromorphic AI, specifically brain transmission of these human organoids. But yeah, it's moving along. And again, what happens when you put that, not in a computer, but the human brain into a form factor, a robot? Now this brain has arms. Now this brain has legs. Now this brain, again, it's a human brain, can go experience the world. That's when I think things are going to get interesting. Put a human brain, this straight RoboCop stuff, put the human brain into a human form factor. That will be interesting.
What if they did and it was a superhero? Would you believe?
Maybe it will, maybe it won't. I'm just saying that's when I think you're going to see some interesting things, because now we can touch the reality. It's not abstraction in a box. It's not a vat in a box anymore. It can go out there and deal with reality.
Iron Man says, can somebody kidnap me so I don't have to see colleague anymore either?
I don't think you need.
Nope.
I don't think you need captivity for that.
Yeah. All you gotta do is close your eyes.
Just for a second.
And people usually say you just gotta open your eyes
To the truth.
Yeah. But close your eyes to colleague.
Close your eyes to the lies.
Who cares where truth?
Actually, no, don't do that. From. That's bad too. So that's back to that idea of limitation of external sources. You need to open your eyes to the lies so you can see that they're lies. So then you stop portraying the lies. Don't close your eyes to lies. That's actually not useful.
Words of the wise.
Yeah.
Iron Man says, if I had unlimited spoons, I'd open a cotton plantation. Yeah.
Why that? You could do anything. Why that?
Well, while we await his response, I'll keep on reading.
You can literally build anything you want.
I thought he was going to say worm farm or something.
Mm.
Bean Burrito says, have you guys looked into the riots happening in Mexico?
Well, there's a lot. I don't know which one. There's always a lot of riots over there. I think after they, I know the Mexican government is fighting against the cartels because they captured one of their predominant leaders.
We're already sending Jake Paul over there to fix it.
But I didn't think about him, but yeah, he's perfect. Jake Paul can solve those solutions. But they don't see it. They haven't seen it yet. You guys are going to see it this week. There's Red Rover and Sky Truth.
Yeah, we can send the gang over there.
Yeah, there's a bunch of people out there who want to eradicate evil. And you're going to see my frustration. Yeah, here's a good example. Get them to go over there and show us what truth really is made of. Then I'll believe.
Yeah, the Justice Beaver gang.
You guys are going to have to tune in this week. Episode 196, A Dystopian Delight. I think you will be delighted.
You want to keep your eyes open.
Yeah, I think you guys will be entertained.
You know, Iron Man, what you could do is you could put a piece of black tape over. Just draw like a smiley face on it or something. I don't want to be sad. Okay, Bean Rose, I already read that. Squirrely21 says Wawa is a East Coast convenience store, LOL.
Yeah, now I know, but I didn't know.
Then Iron Man said, Wawa is like the Sheetz gas station that they sell cigarettes, crappy sandwiches, and fuel. Yeah, and then Clint Commander says, I don't know if you guys are aware, but I think y'all are getting hacked. There's been an old guy on the screen during your live streams. Sometimes he tries to stay still and blend it in with the pictures.
Mm.
Look at that Wawa.
Mm-hmm. I don't know if that satisfies you, Iron Man, but
you like that, Mr. Krabs?
There's that.
Is that good?
You know, it's perfect. It's transferable.
Yeah, you see what you've done?
Yeah, I can move over here too, but I don't know if there's much difference between that and this.
No, it's all for the cause.
Yeah. Anyways, is that it?
That's it. We're at the end of the rope here.
So what were you going to say? We got about 10 minutes.
Oh, what was I going to say? It had to do with suffering and
David Zerm said stuff to burn, ramen, Doritos, cheap bread, toothpaste, coffee bean. Yeah, we can do all those. I'm actually going to text myself that right now so I don't forget.
had to do with suffering and robots. And suffering. Yeah, it'll come to me if I think long and hard enough. It just might come.
I was
too
talking
late.
about how sometimes suffering has to be, there has to be a measure of it.
Wow, thanks again, David Zerm. That's very generous.
Well, this time it's David Zerm. Last time was Bean Burrito.
Yeah. Oh, I thought it was. Oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Yeah, appreciate that.
Shoot.
I'm actually typing it in my phone right now. Toothpaste. Coffee bean.
Wawa.
And Noah's Cloud's back.
Yeah.
All right. I have it in my text. Don't worry. We will have that activated next week.
We're going to burn our Wawas on camera.
Yeah, we're going to get that camera running. Which I'm glad we did it before because I wouldn't have known. But now I know. I got to keep that camera a good distance or it's going to stop working.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
We'll actually see the camera burning, too. It's going to feel like we're in hell. It's like, oh.
Yeah. No. But it gets hot. It overheats.
Yeah. Iron Man said, Wawa's mascot is a goose, and Wawa in Lenape Indian means goose. Oh, okay, well. Yeah, well, I guess
What they say, what is good for the goose is also good for the gander?
Yeah, so if it's good for your Wawa, then it's good for the gander. So it's loose like a goose because it's next flex.
It's loose like a Wawa.
Bean Burrito says Colleague Chronicles.
Oh, yeah, they do. You know, we didn't get that segment. They do love your stories.
Oh, stop it.
Hey, Mr. Iron Man. Yes, we got the super chats back. And I'm glad it's back.
He said, "Cool, fool."
Yeah. It's whatever. I appreciate everybody who's donated over at the coffee, make my coffee or give me a coffee or whatever. But yeah, it's definitely a lot more better here in the live chats. And again, I appreciate all you guys donating. We are going to add that to College Yacht Fund. And also the burning. I guess we could burn a burrito, too.
What kind?
Well, just for that one guy, our faithful man.
Bean burritos?
We can burn a bean burrito. And it's not implicative of you, of course. But, why not?
Iron Man also said we could, he said he could send us a little voodoo doll of Tom that we could set ablaze.
Yeah. Iron Man, one step at a time. One burning. Who does the burning thing with the owls?
Who did the what with owls?
Who's that group that burns owls or has a big fire with owls?
Bohemian Grove?
Yeah, one Bohemian Grove at a time. But he just said you can burn tacos. Yeah, I guess tacos are kind of like Doritos.
Yeah. Here on the island, we burn a lot of things. So, not just owls and not just voodoo dolls. We also burn burritos.
Yeah.
But we're never burning fat, though.
Yeah, I don't think I can get like a chunk of fat. I guess I can. I mean, cut it off a piece of meat.
Yeah, we could teach people how to burn fat.
Yeah. I don't know if it actually burns or just dissolves and renders.
You think we can have a cup full of calories we can burn too?
You're talking about like the
just pure
metric,
calories,
the unit of measurement.
Yeah,
of energy.
Yeah, it's just the word calories.
Yeah, I mean, we could just get the word calories and burn it.
Yeah. Noah Cloud said, "Oh, Iron Man again gave us another donation. He said, get some Taco Bell to burn too."
Yeah, maybe we get a bean burrito from there.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea. Man, it's going to be hard not to eat, though, because it's going to be cooking, and it's going to smell like non-human biologics again. But Noah Cloud says, got to make sure to give YouTube its cut. Give to Caesar what is Caesar's.
Yeah, everybody gets their cut, but...
Everybody but...
Well, you'll get your yacht fund.
Yeah, I guess. One of these days, I should probably start feeding my kids, too.
Well, one day you're going to show them. It's slowly getting built one by one, brick by brick. And one day we'll be able to show them what we have accomplished.
One day they'll dream dreams, and one day they'll have visions.
Yeah, we'll actually try to get in it and go take it and see if we can take it over to the lake and see if we can...
Take it out and break it.
We can actually fall in. Yeah, but anyways... it's nice because now that I know that we can go live anywhere and it'll still work onto the channel, and we could just, go out there and try out your yacht.
Yeah. Colleague gone wild.
Yeah, not that. That's going to go viral.
Host gone viral.
No. Hey, Tom. Oh, wow. We got two. He said,
Oh, is he here?
Yeah, but Iron Man, he posited another thing to burn.
All right, hold on. Let me see. Okay, so blank 8761 says bean burrito effigy. And Noah Cloud says, are you guys growing black walnut for the future?
Absolutely.
No. Should I? I mean, I'm growing red walnut.
We are growing black garlic.
Yeah, and red walnuts.
And conscious and aware mushrooms.
Yeah, how big are the black walnuts? Do I need a lot of space?
They're huge.
Oh,
I don't even know
guess
if you
that
put them.
checks out.
You put it in one cheek.
Yeah, I'm wondering if I can chipmunk it or not, but
Yeah, the cordyceps are coming.
for those of you always looking for a nut, of course. Of course. But I'm not a big fan of brown walnuts. Macadamia nuts are all right, I guess, but
Maybe you're into those foreign nuts.
yeah, foreign is better sometimes.
Mm.
It tastes better, more salty.
Hey, it's fine.
You get them overseas, that's why I said, it's sometimes you get a bad batch and it's not salty at all. It's like, well, what am I even doing with these in my mouth?
Well, I mean, some people like almond.
Almonds?
No, almond nuts.
I don't know what that means.
You figure it out.
I'm trying to. Bean Burrito says frozen burritos will work too.
Yeah, maybe it'll burn longer.
Could.
Mm.
Yeah. Tommy Boy is here. Iron Man says they wouldn't even let me say "Get in Israel" flag to burn. Oh, yeah, I guess we could do that too.
See,
we could burn an Iranian flag.
There's limits to this.
We could burn an American one too.
I think there's some kind of executive order against that.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna take my bald eagle out and burn it.
Yeah, see, there's limits to this. Like, we're just.
Can you imagine? That would be the one that we get viral for too. Like Donald J. Trump would actually. Wow. Well, anyway, he would come out and he'd be like, "Yeah, and those boys over there at the Matrix Network, burning the American flag." And he would post some kind of web. I already know. We'd be the next Jake.
Wow. I'm sitting here trying to think on how to do this. Maybe if I printed it on a piece of paper.
A flag?
Yeah.
That's not going to work, no. Anything resembling any country's flag.
No, like have an amalgamation like the Israel flag, the American flag, and the Iranian flag all in one. It's like an amalgamation. And then burn that.
I think
it's trouble.
Yeah, that's going to get really hot.
It's trouble.
Like, it is going to get really hot.
Yeah, it's trouble.
The camera is going to overheat. It's going to be like, wow,
this is actually
really
going to
hot.
be a hand coming through the camera lens.
You're messing with foreign affairs.
Yeah, that sounds like trouble.
Yeah, if you have your fingers in too many pies, that's what happens.
Yeah. And I'm going to have to contemplate.
Well, the time is now.
Yeah, just finish it off.
All right. I'm going to try to finish all you guys at the same time, so bear with me. We're going to do this really quick. Noah Cloud says, make sure the flag is made in China. That would be a Chinese American flag that we burn. Wow. Man,
we're going to just burn the nations.
Yeah. Iron Man says, how do I send in Israel shekels?
I'm telling you. See, I don't mind saying the word and saying the stuff, but man, I already know there's a limit to this thing.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can do actions. I don't mind saying the words. I don't know about actions. That's anyways. I have to contemplate about it.
Bean Burrito says, what will you name your yacht, colleague? I was thinking about naming it after something that you guys come up with. The generous donors that enabled me to get the yacht. So you give me that yacht, and I'll let you guys give me the name.
Don't worry, we're slowly building it right now as we speak.
Yeah, I think we have like $24 already. So
yeah, but we're actually building it.
Yeah. My kids have generously given up their food rations for the month, so we're making way. Noah Cloud says they put an incinerator that makes electricity in the new Pokemon game. They're getting the public ready. The post-apocalypse trend is coming back around.
There was that eater bot that was trying to say the same thing. When there's a bunch of dead bodies, they'll just gather the dead bodies, eat them, I guess, but it's incinerate and create electricity.
Yeah.
Anyways, we're running low, so just read them off.
I know.
I got to stop commenting.
Tommy Boy says, so good. Matrix Network will get cut from the supply chain.
Oh, yeah, I already know.
Bean Burrito says, if you burn a rainbow flag, what color will the fire be?
This is it. We're going to the...
There's another one. Noah Cloud says, Van Helen, and then combine all the symbols. Yeah, I guess you could. Tommy Boy says, what if you burn a flag without the L? The L.
Well...
Burn a flag without the I don't know. Oh, the word flag without the L. Blank 8761 says you can't finish us all before you finish yourself. I'm about to.
We're not called Minuteman for nothing.
Your husband is coming. Iron Man says name it the Codfather. Just burn a flag then. A flag. I guess it's LGBT. None cares about that stuff. All right, that's it. I made it.
Yeah, we're
Tommy
done.
Boy's laughing.
Yeah, I already know you guys are going to try to add more. That's it. Finished it.
Yep, I finished them all.
So, you guys are going to have to tune next week. I'm going to contemplate. We will have the ramen and the Doritos and the cheap bread and the coffee beans. I can't promise anything about these flags. I'm contemplating on something. But tune in next week's live, and you shall see what has evolved from those contemplations. But as always, we appreciate you guys tuning in, and I'm glad we got the Super Chats back. Appreciate that, as always. And I just can't ever say I appreciate you guys enough. Always enjoy these conversations. And we also have the Join membership back. If you guys want to join, that's cool too. But if not, whatever. But as always, that fine gentleman there, that's Colleague and his Chronicles. And I am host and my homilies. And until next time, this has been the Matrix Network Live. We'll see you guys. Don't forget this Saturday, episode 196, A Dystopian Delight. I think you're going to like it. I've been a little sleep deprived this past week, so it's probably going to be a lot more entertaining than normal, so you'll probably want to tune in. But until next time.
You guys have a good National Girl Scouts Cookie Day, too. I know that's the holiday today.
Fine. Shout out to Epstein and his cookies.